Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Karma Speaks back with another video. Today we're outside with it. I'm outside my local dealership because I'm getting my car serviced. So while we doing that, thought I would just run up a quick bag. You know how it is. Anyways, this one is from Kathy D167.
People that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November. What did you do with October's food stamp money? What'd you do? Did you stock up on pantry items and try to shop smartly? Or did you just go buy a bunch of processed garbage? By the way, you can thank the Democrats for the government being shut down and your benefits not coming through for November. Looks like you're going to be going to the food pantry for your Thanksgiving meal. I know a lot of food pantries hand out turkeys for Thanksgiving. All the sides and trimmings too. Lots of food pantries. You better figure it out. I'm sick of hearing you complain.
Trying to figure out what to say, but what I am going to say is this. I don't know how she walks around without a soul, but she does not have one. I had a therapist tell me one time that you cannot force people to be empathetic. She told me you cannot make people care. A lot of times we say all the time, like, how can we make you care? And she's an example. We're never going to reach that. But God.
Okay. First thing, look, I align more to the right? That's always been me. It's just my personality. I'm about my money and I'm about freedom, doing whatever the fuck it is that I want to do. Part of my tongue, right? That's always been me. So a lot of the things with the right, I align with heavily. But this new narrative of, people on government assistance or welfare, food stamps, all that stuff, that they're pure leeches and that, they should be living in poverty if they're, I guess, on these programs. Like, for example, this lady was talking about, your non-perishables and all this other bullshit. And I'm like, does being on food stamps mean that you have to like eat like shit or, eat the bare minimum? I mean, I understand the standpoint or the outlook on it. Like, hey, if you guys are getting free food, then it shouldn't be as quality as our stuff. I understand it a little bit, but it's like, why is it that if somebody needs help with something, it has to be a lesser version or a worse version? And again, with the food stamps thing, didn't the government shut down like start in October? What if they got their month's food for October in the beginning of the month? Why are you gonna say, like, how are you gonna say what happened to October stuff? She spent it, or the person spent it on their food for the month. Like, what the fuck? Like, not everybody goes daily or weekly. Like, that doesn't make any sense. What did you do with it? The government shutdown came in October. Like, that doesn't make sense. And it's these type of people where it's like, that's what kind of gives the right a bad rep, right? Because for me, my standpoint is, I'll keep it straight with you. My standpoint is the government doesn't really do much for us in the first place, right? So if you have an opportunity to take advantage, bro. Take advantage, because each class should have some sector that they could take advantage in. When it comes to being a business owner, being a high net worth or high income individual, you're able to take advantage of certain tax benefits, tax write-offs. You could purchase real estate. You could, do these other things to reduce your taxable income. And that's why people like Warren Buffett and whoever else, their tax rate is like a bajillion times less than your tax rate. He's paying 3% on $15 billion that he might make in 6 months or whatever. And you're paying damn near 30-40% on, 100 grand or, 80 grand. So if there's a situation that you could take advantage of the system, take advantage of it. There's nothing wrong with it. The government's going to tax people either way. That, like, it's not going to change, right? I know Trump is trying to reduce taxes and, let people keep more of their money. But let's be real, government is going to tax either way. You not taking assistance or taking assistance isn't affecting that. They're going to find new ways to spend the money, So I don't know. I mean, I love, my right wing people. I love people that are very conservative and very traditional in that right. But sometimes they be saying some stupid ass shit and they do come across very, you know, very lacking in empathy because people have different circumstances. I would never look down on somebody that, needs something, or I would never think, hey, you need a lesser version of something just because you don't got it like that right now at this current moment. So that's my standpoint on that. That lady was kind of crazy. I know this lady was about to give some more insight of hers, but it's like, yeah, some people you can't get them to be empathetic. You can't beg somebody to change. You can't beg somebody to be empathetic. And I'm not saying that you have to feel pity and you can have an opposing view. I'm gonna keep it at that. And I only say this because like, I've been in these programs and, I've had to utilize them to take to I guess push me to the next to the next step in life, right? Now, I'm fortunate enough where it's like, okay, I'm 22 making 100 grand. We ran up a bag this year. We were at 60K so far that we saved this year. Probably going to end off at like 70, 75-ish. And it's like that's not bad, but it's like there are certain, aspects of my life that I had to have gone through to be able to get here. And sometimes if you too stressed out about you know, money or getting food, then it just fucks up your whole bag. Appreciate anybody that watched this. Think my car is probably gonna be ready soon. But yeah, let's all run up a bag together.